Hi there, Suzanne Scarrow here from Personal Peace Clinic. I wonder if you would like to know how to get more love and more nurturing into your relationship. The answers may well surprise you because I'm not going to say that you need to find a partner who will bring you lots of happiness. I'm actually going to say that the first thing that you need to do is to clear any hurt and pain from the past. So if you've been in a relationship in the past where there's been a disappointment or a hurt or a resentment, a letdown, anything like that, if you go into a new relationship without clearing that baggage, I could almost guarantee that the new relationship is going to turn out to be disappointing too, or to be hurtful as well. So it's so important that you clear that baggage, and it's only in the last bit over 10 years really that I've known how to clear this for my clients, and it's a process called emotional freedom techniques, so that you actually tap and clear from the energy system in your body those hurts and disappointments. And so I would love to show you how to do that, and over the next few weeks I'm going to be doing a series on how to get more love and nurturing in your relationship, and part of that will be identifying those hurts and clearing them for you. So if you're interested in that, let me know in the comments, and I can certainly, and perhaps if you're brave enough, if you would like to put in the comments or even message me privately, just what sorts of pains and disappointments have you experienced, and what sort of clearing would you like to have? I'd be very happy to focus on those issues in the future sessions, and I'll try to make those future sessions this same time, 5 o'clock on Mondays. Of course, the video will be there on Personal Peace Clinic Facebook page for replay, and if you even put a comment in the comments box after we go live, anytime after that, I'll be looking at the comments and I can certainly respond to you. So first thing is to identify and clear that pain and disappointment. Whatever it is for you, we want to get that clear, because you do not want to carry that into your next relationship. Okay, second thing that you need to do is to love yourself more. Now, I have learned a lot in the last few years about how to love yourself more. It became really apparent to me when I read the books of Anita Moorjani and others who had a near-death experience and actually came and wrote the story. And what Anita learned on that journey is that the thing that we need to do most of actually in our life on this earth is to love ourselves more. And when we do that, we actually don't get sick, we don't get stressed. Loving yourself more is so important. I couldn't stress how much more important it is for you. So we'll talk about that a little bit more today, how to love yourself more. The third thing that you've got to do is actually believe that you can have whatever it is that you want in your relationship. So don't settle for things that make you unhappy. And I'm not saying leave your partner, that's not what I'm saying, but don't just let it slide. So if there's something in your relationship that isn't the way you want it to be, there are ways to actually to fix that, to make it better. So don't just settle for what you feel is your lot in life or the best you can have, because that's what you're experiencing at the moment. It can be so much better. It really can. And over the series of these sessions on Monday evenings, I'll talk more about how you can make it better, because actually you're the one who is responsible for making your life better, everywhere, every time, no exceptions. Okay. The fourth thing that you need to do in getting more love and nurturing in your relationship is to actually be in a receiving energy. And by that I mean you need to be at a high vibration. You can't feel more love and nurturing if you're feeling miserable or sad or depressed or despairing or any of those awful feelings. So what you really need to do is get into that receiving energy. Now, how do you do that? It's really quite easy, and it's really quite fun. When you get into that receiving energy, that just simply means that you're feeling the best you can possibly feel. So it might be that you do that when you're out running, or it might be that you feel the best you can possibly feel when you're with your children or your family. It might be that You feel the best that you can feel when you're meditating or in nature. There's all sorts of different ways to do it. For me, it's walking along the beach path, meditating sometimes, just watching how beautiful it is here in Cairns on the Coral Sea. How lucky are we to be here? And if you've got a place like that that brings you joy, either spend more time in it or remember the times that you spent in it, because even just activating that memory can take you into that higher vibration. Okay, so let's think about some ways. We'll talk about clearing the pains and disappointments in a future session, but let's think of some ways now that, hi Kylie, thank you for that comment. It's great to have you here. Let's think about some ways that you can actually love yourself more. It's so important. I couldn't stress how important it is enough. If I could convince you of one thing today, loving yourself is the most important thing you could do. So, first thing to ask yourself is, what stops you from loving yourself? What stops you from being your own best friend? What stops you from actually recognizing your own worthiness and acknowledging yourself? And then when you can actually acknowledge that worthiness, and there may be limiting beliefs that stop you from doing that. So that's a matter of doing some work and clearing that, and I can show you how that's done using a process, the tapping process, emotional freedom techniques, or using the extension on that I often use, which is called matrix re-imprinting. Okay, so another thing that you can do is take time for yourself. So all of those things that we talked about before, getting yourself into that high vibration, you need to actually take time for yourself. We are all so busy these days, and you really cannot live your best life being so busy. Really, what are you being so busy for? Are you caught in some sort of cycle of having to do certain things because you've made some commitment? Remember that you cannot give to other people what you want to give, even love to your children and your family. You can't give that to the best of your ability unless you are actually filled up yourself. And who's going to fill you up? You are. You are the only one who's going to do that. So when you know that you're a worthy and deserving person, you will actually take time for yourself. So these things all connect together. The third thing that I've listed today is to know that you're not just here to serve others. So if you're in the helping professions, and I know a lot of you will be, you're not just here to serve those people, and you can't do it. Again, you can't do it to the best of your ability unless you fill your own cup up first. It's that old thing on the airplane, when they let down the masks, the oxygen masks, you always have to fit your own mask first. You always have to make sure that you're taken care of first. And you are the best person to take care of you. So don't neglect yourself. Okay. The fourth thing that I've got on my list about loving yourself today is be kind to yourself. Do you actually treat yourself like your own best friend? And if you don't, it's time to start doing that. Being kind to yourself is so important. Giving yourself time, giving yourself acknowledgement, giving yourself thanks for who you are, acknowledging that you are special and unique and wonderful just on your own. That's all it is. Just treat yourself like your own best friend, and you will feel so much better. Great to see you here, Anne and Jalinda. Okay, so believe that you can have what you want and desire. You really can. You are actually the creator of your experience. So, this is something was quite new to me until a few years ago, and maybe it's a new idea to you too, but you can create the experience that you want. And all you have to do that is get clear about what you want, get clear about why you want what you want, and the answer to that is always the same. Everything that you want is to make you more happy. Is that not true? You want more money because it would ease your life. You want more love in your life because it would make you happy. You want your happy family because that makes you feel good. It's all about that end result of being happy. And the way to get what you want in your life is to get happy. It's a beautiful connection actually, because to get happy, to feel better, and then you're creating the life that you want. And so the last thing that I have on my list today is to encourage you to be in that receiving energy. Because if you know the law of attraction, you know that there are 3 steps involved in that. The first step is the asking. Now, you're doing the asking all the time. You don't even have to say it out loud. You're doing the asking every time you don't have what you want. You're asking the universe for the opposite of it. Not enough money, more money, please. Not enough love, more money, more love, thank you. Not enough health, more health, thank you. And those are the way that the universe hears those requests and says to you, okay, here it is. But you're still at the asking energy often, and you need to be at the receiving energy. And again, just a reminder, how do you get into that receiving energy? You get into the best feeling that you can find. And how do you do that? You change your thinking deliberately to get you into that best feeling that you can find. Every minute of every day, don't settle for less, because once you know this, you can't unknow it. And once you know it, the universe is just asking you to be happy, and then you will receive what you want to have. Okay, that's enough for today. I'll come back in a week on Monday at 5 o'clock, and hope to see you again here, and we'll talk more about how you can clear those hurts and disappointments from the past. I've put my website there so you can actually go to the website. Very exciting that the new website will be up and running hopefully this week, so I'm looking forward to that. And just one other thing I wanted to show you, if you haven't seen it yet, this is the new magazine, which is a magazine about empowering women. This is actually the 2nd edition of it, and I was very excited this month, or this quarter actually, to have some advertising and a 2-page spread on my story, my journey in there. So I'd love you to get a copy of it if you get a chance. You can actually order it online at ymag.com.au, or you can hopefully ask at your newsagent and they may have some copies. But it's a brilliant magazine. There's a lot this time in this magazine about resilience and empowering women, and I hope you get inspired by some of those stories. Great to talk to you today. Thanks very much for coming along, and leave me some comments if you can. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.